Suffering from writer's block can cause all kinds of problems. You can feel guilty, shameful, even start slipping into depression. But with my simple tools and some tricks, I think you can get back to writing and start feeling great again. Hi, my name is Jennifer Gregson, and I am a tarot book coach. That means I use the magical tool of tarot to help answer writers' questions so they can start and finish their novels all while enjoying the process. I have many things that I do before, during, and after my writing sessions that help defeat writer's block. These simple sounding tools and tips are basically what help me write more and feel great about my writing every time I sit down to start. The number one thing is to have a writing ritual. Now, your writing ritual can be pretty much anything you want, and I have various things. I like candles, I have music, sometimes I like aromatherapy, either with the candles or with an essential oil diffuser, but my number one thing is I pull a tarot card before every session. It helps me ground into the situation. It gives me a chance to slow down from my day, gives me a chance to do a little journaling or a little pre-writing before I jump into my work in progress. And I usually have a deck that I'm working with for every novel. So right now my work in progress is set in the circus. And so I am using this Le Grande Circus and Sideshow Tarot, but any tarot deck actually will do. But just having that writing ritual that you do every single time you sit down to write helps sort of tell your body that it's time to write. And if the writing ritual is really the only thing you get done, if you keep that consistent, your body will get used to this is when and this is how we write. Before I start writing any book, I like to think about my big why. Not only my big why for the book project and how it fits into my life, but also my writing goals, my big why for why I write in the first place. And I try to keep that somewhere where I can see it. So I use a writing program called Scrivener, and in the notes, I literally write my big why in there. And if I'm starting to feel disconnected or writer's block really starts to creep in, I rewrite that big why by hand somewhere in a journal, on an index card. I just sort of remind myself why I want to write one in the first place, that big life picture goal, but then why do I want to tell this story so badly? Sometimes we can get disconnected from our characters, especially if they do something super crazy. And just remembering what got us excited about our project in the first place really can help keep the motivation high and keep writer's block at bay. This is going to sound a little nutty, but I befriend my inner editor. We all have that inner editor, the inner critic, that negative self-voice that sort of tells us, hey, this doesn't sound good. Why did you write that? Do you think people are really going to read this? All writers have that. In fact, I think all people have some version of this, right? What I do is I befriend that inner voice. I give them jobs. I give them tasks to do so that they sort of leave me alone a little bit so I can get my writing done. I go into this more in a video that's coming up in 2 weeks. So if you're excited about that, stick around, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss that video. It goes all into the inner editor. But I create a friendship with them, and I like to do that through tarot. I go in that through the next video, but I have a tarot card that is sort of the personification of my inner editor, and I talk to them like they're a person. Like I said, it's a little bit nutty, but it works wonders. So if you're having trouble with that inner voice, just try writing some stuff down in your journal or even document, type it up. Just ask them some questions, get to know that inner voice a little bit better, and see if you can work with them rather than having them work against you. And one thing that works really well for me, this is the fourth tip, is to track your data. So every week, I like to write down what worked, what didn't work, and what needs to be adjusted for next week. Now, you could do this with every writing session even. That's how I started. Like every session I would write, did I do my writing ritual? What was the writing ritual? Did I leave anything out? Like I would just sort of jot down some notes. It does not take very long. But if you track it even weekly, then you're going to catch if things are getting difficult, if you're having the same trouble every time, like, oh, I'm really having trouble writing in the morning, and you write that for 2 weeks in a row, then maybe you can adjust to writing at a different time of day. Because if we don't catch those things, then we can really get off the rails, really get off track, and then writer's block just comes in and like big block right in our way, and we don't finish our novels. So if you keep track of some data, I don't really need to know your word count. If that's important to you, then write that down. What I'm looking for is, how did you feel? Did you get your writing done? Even if it was, hey, I only wrote for 5 minutes, I wrote 100 words, that's better than nothing, right? And if you felt great writing those 100 words, that's better than feeling crappy and trying to write 2,000 words that you know you're going to have to just chuck. So look at the data. What worked? What didn't? Where do you work best? And it changes from time to time, which is why I say track the data, look at it. Concrete, take the feelings out of it. So yes, I want you to write down how you felt, a little contradiction there, but I want you to take the feelings out of it when you're looking at the data. Just look at the numbers, look at the points. Did you feel great writing at 10 a.m.? Did you felt crappy at 2 p.m.? And that's pretty consistent? Then write at 10 a.m. This is not a judgment thing. Don't beat yourself up because you didn't write as well at 2 p.m. That's great data, great information. Now pivot, move forward, keep tracking. So I would love to know which of those 4 tips seem like the most helpful, seem like something you are itching to try. So please let me know in the comments below. And if these tips did get you excited and you cannot wait to learn more, then I would invite you to sign up for my waitlist for my signature course, Turn on the Tap, Stop Battling Writer's Block Once and for All. The doors are going to open in early February. There's a link in the description box below. So go ahead and join that waitlist for early intel and a little bit of a discount the day before the doors officially open. So if you like this, please subscribe to my channel. I post videos every other week for writers, and I hope you have a lovely day.